One of the myths ConCon promoters liked to push is that there is no chance of a runaway convention like the one in 1787. And to help promote that myth, in late 2015, George Soros-funded promoters of the ConCon from Wolfpack teamed up with the Convention of States organization to pretend to make rules for a future ConCon. All of this was led by Liberal Senate President Wayne Niederhauser. Defending Utah was there and asked ConCon champion Utah Representative Lowry Snow of St. George about the reasons behind their meeting. Lowry explained,
The preliminary emphasis for this group is to create a framework, a structure, rules that would govern how that convention would be actually handled if it were successful. And the reason we think that's important is most of the pushback on holding a convention is related to this idea that there is no structure of how business would be conducted, how voting would occur. And so absent that, there is, I think, a great concern and hesitancy on the part of many citizens.
Since ConCon champion Lowry Snow explained that the meeting was to get rid of concerns of critics, we thought for sure he'd be able to explain how any rules of this assembly of state legislators would be binding on Congress when they call the convention on the application of 34 states. Lowry said,
We're all speculating at this point because, as you know, Article 5 does not have a lot of direction on what the process would be.
So ConCon champion Representative Lowry Snow admitted that Congress would not be bound by the rules set up by this assembly and that they were all speculating on it. But surely he could explain how the convention, once assembled, would be bound by the rules set up by this group of self-appointed assembly of state legislators. Lowry admits here,
so if these rules are adopted, are they binding upon any Article 5 convention?
They're really not.
Nothing will bind them. It was all a show to manipulate the people into supporting a blame the Constitution scheme that with our current political class would likely enshrine into the Constitution the destruction of many of the liberties we have left. As former BYU President Rex Lee said, anyone who tells you they can control a ConCon is either deluded or deluding. The solution is to use the 10th Amendment to enforce the Constitution, not a ConCon to blame it and change it.
The rules of the convention are ultimately under control of the convention. No matter what anybody else might tell you, they cannot be dictated in advance by state legislatures or by Congress or by anybody else. Conventions, including conventions of states, historically in America have power over their own rules. This has been specifically confirmed in a case written by former Supreme Court Justice Stevens in 1975. So ultimately, it's the convention, not us, that are going to prescribe the rules.